OpenAI just announced their O3 model, and a ton of people believe they have finally reached AGI. This is because it's now scoring on the 88th percentile of the AGI benchmark that was set years ago. This is a massive, massive breakthrough in AI that many did not think was possible. I'm going to jump into a ton of the specifics of O3, how it works, what it's going to be really good at, and the potential this is going to have on the job market and the entire world. You're not going to want to miss this. Let's jump right into the video. So based Jeff Bezos, one of my favorite follows on Twitter here, is talking about this as artificial human level intelligence. I've seen this buzzword around AGI to describe O3, but here are some of the major things you need to know about O3 and why this is such a big deal. So this is the ARC AGI semi-private evaluation. So essentially this ARC AGI is a way to measure AI systems to see how close they are to what they believe to be AGI, AGI being artificial general intelligence, which many people are saying that once that happens, it's going to be a major, major revolution, which I totally agree with. So you can see O1 Mini, the model they released less than a month ago, is at 7.8%, O1 Preview at 13.3%, and then we have the O1 models, O1 Low, Medium, and High. So these are the ones that are out right now that you can use if you have like a ChatGPT subscription. I think to use the high one, you're probably going to have that pro subscription, which is $200 a month. But if you just have a normal $20 a month subscription, you can use, I believe, this low model. You can see those are at 25%, 31%, and 32%. So pretty impressive. We see that, they're moving in the right direction. Now, they skipped the O2. I believe they skipped it for copyright reasons, the O2, and they just jumped straight to O3. But maybe they just thought, hey, this is such a big advancement. Forget about O2. We're already at O3 with this level. The O3 low model is at 76%. Okay. The O3 high tuned model is at 88%. So they're already 88% of the way to AGI with this model, according to the ARC AGI semi-private evaluation test. I can't tell you how mind-boggling this is that just a month ago we're at 7%, now we're at 88%. This is accelerating very, very fast. Honestly, it's a little bit scary. I'm excited, but I'm a little scared. They're doing some safety stuff. I'm going to get into that at the end of the video to make sure this doesn't get out of control, but this is getting nuts. This is getting absolutely insane. And by the way, if you're interested in this and you want to chart AI and the development it's going on, definitely subscribe to this channel. I do a ton of content on this, and I bring you up-to-date information in a way that you can digest that makes sense to everybody. I'm going to now go over, so this guy Amjad Masad basically explains what makes this so different. What makes O3 such a big jump? How are they able to go from these lower numbers all the way to 88%? Essentially, the ARC AGI benchmark, the guy who runs this F. Chalet, he jumps into potentially how this works. So he's saying, for now, we can only speculate about the exact specifics of how O3 works, but the core mechanism appears to be a natural language program, search and execution within token space. At test time, the model searches over the space of possible chains of thoughts, describing the steps required to solve the task in a fashion perhaps not too similar to AlphaZero. Tree search, in the case of O3, the search is presumably guided by some kind of evaluator model. And so effectively, at the end of this, you can see O3 represents a form of deep learning guided program search. The model does test time search over a space of programs guided by a deep learning prior the base LLM. The reason why solving an ARC AGI task can end up taking tens of millions of tokens and cost tens of thousands is because the search process has to explore an enormous number of paths through program space. So essentially, it's using an LLM to think on top of an LLM. So it's like layering these LLMs in a way. This is the way I'm understanding it, at least, and it's doing searches within there. So if I got that wrong, definitely comment. Let me know what I got wrong there, but this is how I'm understanding this. So I think the biggest breakthrough that I'm seeing right now on Twitter is the fact that this is solving real world software tasks, so coding. So you can see the massive jump here from O1 Preview to O3 from 41 to 71% accuracy here. In competition code, it goes from 1258 all the way to 2,727. So Nick Dabos here says coding's about to get wild. For reference, the SWE bench score. So Claude Sonnet 3.6, which is like the latest, greatest AI coding model that we have right now, is a 49. O3 is a 71. So if our best coding model right now is a 49, and it works really, really well. I've done videos on this. Definitely check them out on the channel. I do a ton more like this. And definitely when O3 comes out, I'm going to make a video on O3 coding, and I'm going to show you how that works as well. But you can see here from 49 to 71 is a massive leap. So basically this O3 model has achieved the 2727 in code forces, which I mentioned earlier, which is in the 99.95 percentile of competitive programmers. You're not just in the master, international master, grandmaster, you're in the international grandmaster level of being a coder. I don't know. I can't tell you the future. What I can tell you for sure is that it's definitely going to change the way that we program. It's definitely going to change the way that we approach software tasks. There's no way that we're going to deploy an army of engineers to work for us. There's definitely going to be a head engineer that's utilizing AI and maybe some people below him doing that. But I can tell you that the engineering world of coding is honestly in trouble for a lot of different reasons that I've seen lately, this being one of them. And I can't wait to get my hands on this because I do a ton of coding for my own software business and for the software that I program, that I sell. So I'm very, very excited. And I think that entrepreneurs will be able to use this very effectively. But yeah, if you are an engineer, this could spell trouble for you for sure. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that this is very, very expensive right now. So you can see here, so if I open up the same chart I showed you earlier, the cost per task, you can see here O1 Mini costs cents, literal like pennies per task. To do a task on O3 high tuned is over $1,000. Now, I don't know how far this scale goes, but it could be thousands of dollars to do one task, right? So this is not cost effective yet. But if you consider how expensive engineering is right now, how much it costs to hire a very high level programmer, you can imagine this is probably going to be worth it at some point. If I'm paying an engineer 200 grand, 300 grand a year, maybe I can use this, this AI model to do a lot of that work for me and pay exponentially less, right? Especially if I'm just solving task per task. So you can see here, so when they won this competition recently using O3. The funny thing is that the total compute cost was around 1.6 million, which was more than the entire prize. I'm not sure exactly how much the prize was, but 1.6 million to actually do one task, I believe. Pretty insane to see how much the compute cost is for this. But we already know that this is going to get cheaper and cheaper and cheaper as the GPUs get better and better and better. They're going to run these models more effectively, and this is going to get cheaper. So that scale is obviously going to keep coming down, and so that's going to change everything. So the last thing I wanted to touch on here on O3, because we don't have a ton of information to go on, is that it's not going to be released until Q1 2025. And one of the main reasons for that Sam Altman has mentioned is because of safety. So this model is so powerful, they don't want to just release it into the wild right now. They're basically going through a lot of safety tests, and they're saying that once those safety tests are done and they can assure that it's going to be safe to release this, they're going to release it to the public in Q1 2025. They're most likely going to release a mini model of this in Q1 2025 and then potentially get over to the full version, shortly after that. You can apply right now to do safety testing. So if you're an AI safety tester, you can apply right now to use this model. And again, this is 3 hours old. This news just came out. It's very, very new news. But if you want to do that, you can definitely, apply for that. So I'll leave a link to this in the description if you're interested in applying. Again, it's probably going to be hard to get access to this right now unless you're a legit actual safety tester, but that is available for those who are. A lot of people are really saying, though, the global economy is cooked and we need a new economic and societal framework. I don't know if I'm going to go that far right now, but I'm pretty much on the path to believing that myself. This stuff is really disruptive. I don't think people understand how big of a deal this is and how fast we're accelerating in this world, but it will affect everyone and everything at some point in the near future. It's only a matter of time. So get ready for that. If you like this video, give it a like. If this scared the heck out of you, drop a comment. Let me know what you think about it. I'm very curious to hear what you have to say. And if you want to stay on top of AI, stay on top of the AI world, learn how to code in AI, learn how to create video content, definitely subscribe to this channel. I'm going to be providing a ton of informative content you're not going to want to miss.